All right, we are recording this today because we now have a place to put these recordings and not spam you all in Facebook. So we will be recording more, the more, and we finally conquered the link sharing problem between, like, literally you would think we were curing cancer on this one, but somehow the world thinks that, like, Zoom thinks that we don't need to share a link so that everybody has the same link and all that kind of stuff. So I just popped a link into the chat. I will be redoing all of the stuff in the Facebook group. We're going to have one link to all of the trainings. It will be learn.pagewheel.com/go/Zoom. So basically go to learn/go/Zoom. So yeah, one link to rule them all. And just for, if you do want to know how we're doing this, is an affiliate manager, like a link manager. You could do it with any link manager, but it was so funny because when I finally, like, I just wish we had the ability to change the link. And I was like, oh, we do. I do it all the time. I just hadn't thought about it for this application. So part of the reason why this is so crazy is that, yes, and I'll be updating the Google Calendar as well. I just want to make sure that I tested it today. I'm going to have Janine test it a little bit later. We had a solution last week that when we tested it, it didn't work. But I'm confident this one will work. And then behind the scenes, what we will do is just switch out the links into that affiliate manager. So we could literally send you anywhere, which is actually easier for us too. So if we're if Rachel ends up doing something or something last minute, we can just pop that link in. So, all right, so that is good. We have these solutions. And then what I'll be simplifying the whole thing, because really there's going to be one link, one schedule, and then one place to go see the replays. So life gets a lot simpler. We don't have to, I feel like finally we've overcomplicated it for too long. All right, so as far as just an update on PageWheel, we got a bunch of people over the weekend that were still having some problems with the major 3 core. I saw the video that came in from Kim. Thank you very much. Confirmation on what we've been seeing. The good news is we really have narrowed it down to 3 major problems, and that's all anyone is doing until those things are, and one of them actually got finished, and I tested it like 6 different times this morning before I came on in different ways. The weird thing is, so the community button that was like literally working 75% of the time, but randomly 25%. We think we've like figured out that 25%. I have tested it 7 times this morning and it has worked on every single one of them. If you do not know what that bug is when you get to the delivery page, the community button looks like a circle and you cannot edit it. It's like, you're like, damn you, community button. But I think what was happening is, and this is why this gets so complicated, is if you just did a PDF, it worked. Or if you just did a thing, it worked. But if you added some like crazy combination of things that you should be able to do, it was not translating. But I think we've knocked that one out. So, but if you do see that, if you can send in a note that says what components are inside your product, that will help us fix it a lot. Hey, I had a PDF, I had a this, and I had a this, or whatever. That will help us pinpoint what's going on. Because what the crazy thing is a lot of these bugs were QA'd and okayed because I would make 4 products, but I just didn't have the combination that was causing the issue, which makes you feel a little crazy. Like my own product is gaslighting me. So, and then I sent a message to Cynthia because so she was we were thinking it was the size of the PDF, That is no, I was able to make a product with her exact, she was sweet enough to send over the PDF that was not allowing it. I did make a product this morning with it, adding a page to it, and it worked all the way through. One of the things that will happen sometimes, and this is something that is on our list to fix, but not like earth-shattering, because you can work around it, is if you arrive to the sales page, and this generally happens when you upload a PDF, and there's no color on it, look up at the top, and your colors will be there because you chose them earlier. They just aren't automatically defaulting to a color. So just hit one of the colors in your color palette, and it will populate color, and then you can change those colors if you want to. So don't panic if you get to the sales page. And by the way, the thank you page will be the same way. Is if you get to the sales page and it's just white, it has all of the text and all the images, is just go up and hit a color, and it will give you color, and then you can change it. So yes. So Cynthia, I have not tested the deletion of a page from a PDF. So I do not even want to hazard a guess on that yet, but that's what I'm going to work on afterwards. If that becomes a problem, at least we'll know it. It'll be a known issue. Because I know that that's one of the ways you got to that. And what was happening with her is the sales page was just not populating when she uploaded that PDF. We thought it was the size of the PDF. They did a bunch of stuff that they changed, so it may have been that way, but the deleting a page from your own PDF is what I want to test before I'm just like, yeah, do whatever you want to. I feel like I'm now like have a lawyer behind me at all times because I'm just like cannot say, like, because I've learned I can't say, oh sure, just try it. Oh my gosh. All right. Do we have any questions about anything? And if not, we'll hop in and create something.
So KJ and I are going to do a Manny Chat Lunch and Learn on Friday at noon.
Yay, I love this plan.
I think we've settled on $4.99, which is totally like doable for everybody.
Yeah.
And she's working on the document now. What would be a good, just quick download, because we just have to have something to sell.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this. Like most people, I'm assuming would come to you, have no idea what ManyChat even is.
Right. This is meant to be I don't know what it is. Yeah. How do I start? Yeah.
So I would probably go through like just some simple basics of how to set up an account. And then some of those things when you set up an account, like what do I even need? Can I get by with like what, I'm sure they have different levels of account, like, what do I need? And then probably just the really simple, like, here's how you're going to connect. And I don't know if you're looking at Instagram or Facebook, but maybe how to connect those two things or where to at least find that in ManyChat. Because I'm sure it's probably simple once they get there, they just may not know how to get there. And then probably like if it's like I'm thinking ManyChat 3 years ago when I used it a lot, like it's really simple once you understand the tree. But like when someone just sees the tree, it freaks them out. So like maybe a simple way of how to start that tree. Like, here's your first question. Here's your second. And oh, by the way, this is what it'll look like when you do that.
Okay.
So maybe a screenshot or two. You might want to do your own PDF for this so that you can add a screenshot or two of where they are in ManyChat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Just because like it's so much easier to do a visual than so you could probably set that up. Like I would just make like a Google Doc that you could download as a PDF and then upload into Pagewheel as a PDF.
Oh, I hadn't thought about doing that. That's a really good idea. So KJ and I already have a shared Google Doc that she's working on right now, and we could just make that pretty and
yeah. And remember, the links are not going to work in that doc. So you may end up with a checklist that you make in Pagewheel so that you can put some links together. And I hope you guys have an affiliate account with ManyChat and send them over there on with your affiliate.
I think KJ applied.
Good.
I applied. I'm just waiting to hear back.
Mhm.
And
I love
Sandy
it.
said the same thing I want to say. Steps. People love steps. I love steps. Step 1. Okay, I can do that. Step 2, I can do that. Because it makes you feel, okay, I can get this,
Yeah.
especially things that we feel like we're overwhelmed with.
That's a good
Okay,
checklist
and
thing.
that's
Yeah.
why I typed scribe.com.
Okay.
As you're going through the steps to do it, it not only types out the steps, it gives you screenshots all along the way and creates a PDF.
Nice.
That's what I've been
Wow.
trying to explain, but people aren't catching it.
That's
Yeah,
my
I love
number
that.
blogs work good too. Okay, steps. Yeah. Okay.
Lunch and learn, Sandy. Lunch and learn. That's
I was
how we
gonna
get
say,
it.
I feel a scribe lunch and learn coming on.
I feel like you need to pull out your Scribe affiliate link too. So, but I love that. Yeah. So, and then if you have like, and obviously you don't need to do this beforehand, but then you'll add the like the video recording of your lunch and learn to the page afterwards. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
So you
And then-
say that was scribe.com?
Put your link in the chat, Sandy.
yeah, serious.
It doesn't have an affiliate program?
I don't know if there is or not. I'll have to look.
Yeah, you have to Google it. Oh,
I'm always Googling stuff like that. Like, how do I make more money?
yeah. Well, and I think like
Google
for the
knows.
most part, really the value is demystifying the scary tree. So you guys are like, just by opening it up and simplifying and just saying like, hey, you guys, this is how you're going to do this. It's going to take
Mhm.
you 15 minutes to set up. And then once you've done it once, you're going to be okay. So like I think the checklist or the simple instructions will be really helpful, but the video in the end is probably going to be where the money is at.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a Scribe affiliate account.
Yeah.
I think we'll all be affiliates before too long on that. But we'll sign up through. In fact, I'm going to
I'm
click on that.
signing up right
I was
now.
gonna say, I'm clicking on. Oh yeah, sign up, and if you get your link, send it over before. Depends
Yeah,
on how
that's
fast
awesome.
they are at approval. So that's really good. Anyone else have a question?
I did want to make a suggestion only
Yeah.
because it's annoying me. I use the Pinterest things and the tweetable posts like every day,
Okay.
but it's giving away the farm. I just want a clickbait type. I mean,
Okay.
it's saying, like I say, whatever it is, and then it gives me some of the things that are in my post. It gives as a tweet, and it's like, I don't want to tell them what to do. I want them to click to come over to find out what to do.
All right.
You see
Let's
what I'm
look at
saying?
those real quick.
So would hooks be a better?
Well, I mean, they're tweetable and they're this is what they're for.
Yeah. that's true.
So I just want at least one of them to be more click than telling them, giving away the farm, like I said.
And so you're saying let's okay. What I've done
The
there is
tweetable posts and Pinterest.
okay. So we'll do and what I've done is just a summer activity guide for kids. That's what's in there. So let's see what it comes up with.
And I thought today, maybe it's just my titles. Maybe my titles are making it think that that's what I want.
Yeah, but well, you have to remember, no, it's like it's the way it's set up behind the scenes. But like, so we might want to do the tweetable. Yeah, let's see what this comes up with, and we may want to do another kind of bucket of like tweetable hooks or something like that. So unleash the creativity of your kids this summer with these fun and engaging activities. So that's kind of
that one's good.
That's more like what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So keep your kids entertained this summer with outdoor scavenger hunts, crafts, and water balloon fights. Step 1, avoid heat stroke. Step 2, good luck with the rest. What?
Yeah, there's some snarky ones. There's some real snarky ones.
I actually kind of like that one.
Yeah.
So here, these look pretty good.
Yeah, they do. They
Here,
do.
let's
That's not what I
let's
get.
let's go to the Pinterest real quick and then we'll go back. See, these are pretty short, so they wouldn't give away the farm. Well, ultimate.
See, turn plastic bottles into water sprinklers for instant backyard fun. It's like it's giving and so somebody could say, "Oh, well, I can do that," and then walk away. You know,
Well, but the
without
funny
clicking
thing is
through.
I don't even know that I have that in my blog post.
No, it's not taking what's in my blog
Yeah.
post. I'm thinking that somebody is thinking, "Oh, this is what this post is about. I don't need to click through because it told me."
Right. Okay. So let's go back. So give me like one of the ones that you might have put in there.
Well, okay. So yeah, on this one, it's probably the title, but I put staycation ideas. That was one
Okay.
of mine
Yeah,
that's
that
all it
makes
was.
sense that it might have been really like specific. Okay, let's try that.
But it doesn't I mean, there's a lot of tweetable posts there, and sometimes I go through them all and I cannot get anything that doesn't
Right.
tell them
So
something to do.
this might be a situation where you may want to make the prompt a little bit more vague.
Yeah, than just putting the title in, because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that like, who says you need to go far to have a great vacation, embroider and explore your own city?
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, looking for a fun Yeah, see, this is what you're saying, like looking for a fun staycation idea. This is where I probably would go. We got 50, and then put your link in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so change it up.
Yeah, in fact, you could probably do that where who needs an exotic vacation we could spend cleaning out your junk drawer? That does
telling
not
you.
sound very fun. But you
know.
might actually do that one and just say, or one of these better ideas,
Right. That's
or
true.
one of these ideas that's more fun. Create a spa day, dive into a good book or relax. Yeah, so this is where you may just want to you could even like start the sentence on this works on Twitter or X or whatever it is now. Is that because it's there's a restriction of things, or I always do that. I like to do this in the metadata of the Google post too, is give that, they're only a certain like 140 characters or whatever it is in Google. I can't remember, but like Yoast will show you is
Yeah.
start a sentence with like, your kids will absolutely love, and then it goes like ... You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, so you could like take what works for you, and then where it starts giving away the farm, replace it with either a segment of like, hey, I've got 50 of these ideas, or I got 12 great ideas, or I have, here's some things that you don't even require setup, or like ingredients you already have at home, all those things like that. But then, or like a half of an idea, like where somebody's like starts to read like, oh, if you have kids that are between the ages of 7 and 9, you won't want to miss, and then it's there's nothing.
Right.
So it's kind
Okay,
of
yeah, I
clickbaity
mean,
without being like
Yeah.
overtly clickbaity.
I have not, you're still running into not things that I run into. So yeah, I think maybe I need to change the prompt is all.
Yeah, I think maybe
Because all I'm doing is just copying and pasting the title.
well, so it's kind of funny because like when we comes to blog posts and stuff like that, when you're using this AI, you want to get really specific, or else they're going to be like the really general stuff like you see here. So, but when you comes to this, you might want to make like, so when you want something really granular, go ahead and go get really granular with the prompt. But then when you want something a little bit more vague, because you want them to go get the granular stuff, then you may want to make the prompt a little bit more vague.
Yeah. So I guess what are these made for? These are made for just what, like community? I mean, I don't know. What is, I can't even think of what I'm asking, but I know what I'm asking. What are they set up for?
Yeah, so like if you like, these are I'm reading what's on here just to kind of give you like, because Rachel was the one that like coded these behind the scenes.
Right.
So these are, her idea. These are perfect for thought leaders to help position you as leaders and get engagement with your audience.
So not necessarily to tweet out a post.
But it absolutely is. because we're like looking at you as, if you're gonna go get gardening advice this summer, go to Diane. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so you're adding a link to these. Whereas if somebody's just like, like maybe this might be something that they put a photo onto, like if they don't have a website, that kind of stuff, you think about it. Like,
Okay.
so it's
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
multi-purpose, you know what I mean?
I
Or
always
gives them
forget it's not just
idea of
bloggers.
content. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
always forget it's not just
I always
bloggers.
forget there
it's
is
not just
bloggers.
bloggers because but like, so because like if you were thinking about your personal editorial calendar, like if you're like, hey, I want to set, like I don't have a community, I want people to know that I garden, you might like use
Right.
some of these to like just say, put a picture of your garden with, or have an idea of something to talk about in that space. Does that make
Right,
sense?
right.
I think
But-
they're,
Yeah.
they'd be good for the Facebook post when you're looking on the phone. I don't know if you can see, but
Here, let me
it's
do
just
that
a very short line, like
Mhm.
up at the top of the post that you get to see along with the picture or whatever's there. So that's sometimes hard to figure out what to put there to grab them to keep them coming, So it's good for
Yeah.
something like that.
And you're very right. You could use those tweetable posts for the descriptions on the Facebook post.
Yeah, because the first bit gets them interested, and then there's a little bit more like beyond the fold, because the fold is only like 1.5 lines basically,
Yeah, and like look at I just stopped. Look at this thing I'm not sharing. It's my favorite trick. So like one of the things that you could do is, you could goes with something like this that says create a spa day, dive into a good book, or simply relax with loved ones. Instead of giving them like you said, all the farm, you could give them 1, 2, and then this could be, or one of these other 21 ideas, it just, I think one of the things that happens, Diane, to us, and I'm speaking for myself, but I'm going to lump you in there because I think you're a lot like me in this, is that we've been doing this for so long. And this has become such a chore that sometimes it might show.
Yes.
So this is
Absolutely.
this is going to breathe some, like, it's going to actually stop us down and make us think a little creatively every once in a while. Or
Oh.
and even if it's like it's making you say, oh, I can't say that, it's making us stop and be intentional, where when we're like scheduling out 532 things, that 530th thing might not have the attention that the second thing might have had.
And I speak as the bloggers audience, is that I see bloggers on Facebook and they're posting their, they want you to go to their blog, and I get that. It's nobody here, trust me. It isn't.
It's
but
not
they'll just
you, it's
post a
me.
picture, give you a little description, and ghost, right? And there's
Yeah.
no engagement or anything else on their page. And that's on them. That's totally what they want to do. But that's pretty typical. Like, here's my blah, blah, blah. And then the next
Yeah.
post is, here's my post, blah, blah, blah. And here's my blog, blah, 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 which they think will get lots of traffic over there. Maybe it does. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I'm a blogger. But those would be great for a little more interesting, spend time, do this, and then give them and then click, you want to find out more, here's the post for it, right? It kind of just creates the curiosity, where here's my here's my, which is, I'm just going to post and ghost and get the heck out of Facebook because I don't really know what it's going to do for me. And then Pinterest, and then get on to.
I love that what you're saying, Kim. And then I want to read these first 3 to you, and I just want you to think about how this is going. Who says you need to go for a great vacation? Looking for a fun staycation idea? Who needs an exotic vacation when you can spend your staycation cleaning out that junk drawer? All of these are centric on the reader. So it's about the reader. It's reminding us that it's not about us. It's about what the reader wants, and how we're solving the reader's problems.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why these are really good to get started with, because it's going to put you in that frame of mind, not like, I need traffic to this damn blog post, but hey, what am I solving for this person? What is this person searching for on X that might be something that I can provide them with? So I love that it kind of flips us on our head a little bit, to think about using that language, no matter where it is, to kind of sell the post, to say, you have a problem,
Have
I have
to.
these solutions, let's get
Yeah.
together, and it's going to be a beautiful win-win situation.
Yeah, it's very rare that I go to a blog post where I've just seen 73 blog posts in a row by the same person with the exact same format. And that's all they have on their Facebook page. But if they made something interesting, I'd be like, "Ooh, wait,
Yeah.
I don't want to clean the junk drawer."
Yeah. I know. I'm kind of loving that. Of course, like I always say, kids activities blog is so that you don't have to buy anything. You can just use your kitchen junk drawer. So I'm not for cleaning out the kitchen junk drawer.
But I'm like, you know
Right.
what? That's what I would wind up doing that on my staycation if I didn't have another kind of plan.
Did you read number 6?
Stop cleaning out your kitchen junk drawer. I have better ideas.
Read number 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staycation idea instead of sipping cocktails on a tropical beach.
That's if your
Clean out
husband
your
gets all the
gutters
idea
for
they're
a
not doing
thrill.
anything. So you can have fun with it, right? And then
I was
people
gonna say,
their humor too. Like, oh, she's a person with a sense of humor, you know, like me.
or you
I'm
could
not sure
flip that around.
how she did this.
I was gonna
How she coded all that in like that.
Yeah,
Rachel's a Facebook genius.
she is. And the
Yeah.
the funny thing is and then we use OpenAI, which is runs Chat GPT too. So if you've played around with Chat GPT, some days it's cranky and ornery, and some days it's lovely. So it might just hit that. But like, I love the idea of, are you cleaning out your gutters for a thrill? Stop and here's some better staycation
help you
ideas
with
or
that.
something. Yeah.
I can save you from yourself.
Yeah, save you from yourself. You definitely need a break. But
It's
I would
gonna
not
get
even
much
thought
better
of that. So I love
click-through rate,
that.
I think.
All right. Anything else anybody's thinking about today? I am going, let's make sure.
Totally off topic. I noticed as I was recording a reel today that my ears are uneven. Like, is everybody else's? I didn't notice it that bad until these like earrings, and like seriously, it's like almost half an inch on one side, and I'm like, and so now I'm going. So even out my ears went to record a reel.
Rita, it's the first thing that we all notice about you every time we see you.
I was
Is
like,
it one
oh
of
my
your
gosh,
ears?
have I been this off kilter my whole life?
We didn't want to say anything, but
I was gonna say, it might be your chair. Make sure your chair is, I'm a physical therapist, so I'm always thinking about your,
like-
you're standing. Do you have
and
one leg that's shorter than the other?
Yeah,
I
maybe your
think
legs
about-
are uneven.
yeah, that's it.
Now we're making it worse.
Uh-huh. Holly,
You're
welcome.
you said physical therapist and your chair, and I think about when I worked in eye care and people's glasses. If you set your glasses down on the table, usually one bow is like they don't sit flat. It's because
Oh,
of
yeah?
how it has to be adjusted for your ears.
Okay, so
It
it's
might
not just
also,
me.
like, you
just
might
you.
check and make sure your earrings, like one isn't like opened up more than the other too. Like,
Oh.
Or just do this.
yeah. Or be aware that none of us noticed until you pointed
Exactly.
it out. So,
Right.
I mean, there's
Just-
that, but like we can
Just
the
take
only one
the
that cares.
earrings off. Just take the earrings off. Just be done with it.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Anyway,
yeah, wear
random
posts.
random Monday things. I know, right? Right, yes. So I cannot tell y'all how we were just talking this weekend about the importance of community and that community builds businesses. Like KJ and I were talking, and some of the other people in her community, and will pay to be in that community as long as it exists, right? Like Makers is that way, and some other things are that way. And this community has educated me more than most. And when I bring people in, then the pressure is off of me to go learn all the things so that I can go teach the things. I just say, hey, come on over here, like come have coffee with us. And then you'll learn too. And then they bring in people, and it I'm just saying thank you. It is so
The
valuable.
beautiful thing. Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it. And I feel like I have friends. Like, I feel like Kim would not be too freaked out if I flew to her house.
Not at all.
Hey, let's all do it.
I know. Anyway, I
Knock on
think
the
it's
door and she'll be
really
like, you people are supposed to be on
Hello?
the internet.
like, this is a little too personal, but it's just, it's
No,
kind
but
of
if I
neat.
saw it in
And
the store, I would
Yeah.
be hugging in the store.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Last summer, some of KJ's crew got together for a retreat up in Maine. And up until that weekend, we had never met in person. And it was like a family reunion. I mean, it was close relationships that just were suddenly in person. And that's what community does. So if we can learn from this and then go out and build our communities, our businesses will grow.
Mhm,
Even
mhm.
if we decide to take on a different niche or do something different or add something new, we've got this community that knows us and loves us and trusts us. And it's just so cool. So anyway,
Well,
I just
and I
wanted to
just
say
want to
that.
point out something for those of you who are kind of on the early stages of this and like, I don't know if I have anything to teach, or I only have one thing to teach and then I'm going to run out of stuff. And I want to just point out in this, like, haven't run many chat in 3 or 4 years, but those of you who want to learn it now have a way to do that.
Yep.
We all learned about Scribe. I'm signing up for that afterwards today. So like, it doesn't matter, like, because your community is growing in a way that like we all contribute to each other. So,
Yeah.
And like, if there was something like, well, earlier I said G4 and I sent my husband out to work on that. So like, if it's something that nobody has the resources to do right now, then we bring in an expert, or we figure it out ourselves, and we know
None of
what
us would know.
direction we're going.
Yeah.
Because there was 3 things over the last week that pointed me into the fact that we need to figure this out, because it's something that is holding our businesses back. So these are the things, and this is that's like, if your community is not organic in that way, then everybody's being cheated. So if you're like, no, I have to teach all the things, first of all, it's super waste of time.
Yeah.
So I love
I
that.
have-
So be strong, go forth, know that whatever you have is a few steps in front of those people that are joining your community.
Yeah.
And by the way, all these other people in here. So like,
Yeah.
you can hook them up.
I have a community that, a paid community, and I was reevaluating as I do every year, and I realized you don't need to teach new things all the time, because my thing is teaching you basically how to get organic traffic through Facebook, because that's something I've been doing for a while. That's the first question people ask me when they see the audience, and I'm like, okay, I'll tell you how to do it. So I had a course, and I finally thought, I just got this wild hair idea on the weekend, you guys, but I'm giving that whole damn course away for free, right? Because I don't want to sell a course. I want a community, and I want implementation. So it was another person that said, give away the education and sell the implementation. 1% of the people will actually do the course. Everybody else needs help with it.
Right.
Yeah.
They
True.
do. They get stuck. They're like, I don't know. Should I do this or should I do that? And to me, it's like, well, that's super simple. Just do this, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that complicated. But to them, it's rocket science right now. Because they're like, I don't want to do the wrong thing. And I thought, because I hate selling that course.
Yeah. Well, and I love
Not
what you're
me.
saying,
Yeah.
because in effect, we know that anybody could go to Google, go to YouTube, go to ManyChat
Yeah.
and get education.
Yeah.
But what you girls are going to do that makes everybody want to come join you is you're going to say, okay, there's a million words out there. I'm going to show you what you can do in the next 15 minutes to get going.
Yeah. And
And
take
so
it from theory to reality.
$4.99 is cheap. That
Yeah.
is cheap for that information to get me in the next, 15 to 20 minutes up and rolling on something. So you can see how like you can take something and just jumpstart it. And then, by the way, once they get going and they know a little bit more about it and they test things out, now they're at the level where they're like, oh, show me how you do this, or show me how you do this, or where's a shortcut for this, or I hadn't even thought of that, you know?
Yep.
So there you have that next level, that will be lunch and learn number 2.
Yep.
Or, hey, we set this up, let me show you how. Well, everybody who went to the first one who's using it is going to want to do that too. So these things are very organic in the way. And what you're doing now, which is almost opposite of what the internet was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, it was like, oh my gosh, I can learn how to do something. And now it's, oh my gosh, there's 4,000 ManyChat education modules online. I just tell me what I need to do in the next 15 minutes to get going.
Yeah.
And that's where you're cutting to the chase.
Yeah. Who do I
Yeah.
trust with this, you know?
All right.
Exactly.
Yes.
I just want to say, for me, who I hate to say this, I don't sell the Bible, but that's what I talk about. And so lots of people talk about the Bible,
Mhm.
but I do it in a way that they have a relationship with me, and I help them apply it to their life. And so it's more of a relationship, and you can't get that through AI. It's the
No.
person that they're connecting to now, because they can get information. I mean, just put in the right prompt. You can get
Yeah.
whatever you want, but
Yeah.
how to apply it to you, or how to have that relationship, is where the only difference we can provide truly and
Yeah.
honestly at this point.
I think any course or whatever is always, it's good in theory. I can do the whole course, but then I actually have to sit down and actually start doing it. And the same with the Bible. I can read the whole thing, but then I have to actually sit down and make it work. And it's like, help.
Yeah.
So
So
somebody knows something.
I mean, we'll end with this little story. So I went to, I had been involved in the ClickFunnels high level coaching for several years, but the first thing I went to was they had a funnel hackathon in person in Boise. It was, and this was so long ago that Russell taught it. And actually Stephen Larson's very first thing of where he taught was with Russell. He was so cute and shy and meek, and now just look at him. I was like, as the mom in the, I was like, oh, you can do this. Yeah, and now he's just like a force of nature online. So just watch out what happens over a few years. But anyway, so it was 2 days where they were like, hey, we're going to make a funnel. So which is hence foreshadowing. I don't want them to have to take 2 days to make a funnel. Enter page wheel. But anyway, back to the story. So anyway, over the 2 days, we put these different parts of the things together, and and I came home with a lot of implementation, but there was things that I was unprepared for. Oh, I need a video here. I need this here. Or I need that, or I'm stopped down on this before I can go. So my funnel was not done by when I got home. And so, but I had learned a lot, definitely worth the education module. So I sent back to Steve and I was like, I just don't even know how I can do this. Like, I'm still like, the tech is causing me problem, the whole thing is causing me problem. And he sent me a 6-hour video that he had recorded in real time of him building a funnel. And let me tell you that Stephen and I are like this. Because every time I built a funnel from here on out, I would open up his real-time funnel building. And the first time it took me 13 hours to build that funnel, stopping everything, because he would do it and I would stop it and I go do it. And then by the last time it was maybe 8 hours, because I could keep him talking while I was doing it. But that was amazing. So and you think, oh my gosh, she had just sent me 6 hours worth of video. But so if you can walk someone through implementation in a way that can change their world, where they don't have to think about it, they're just following steps, then you can change the course of their business.
You can. And I think to me, it's that important that it gets in their hands, and then whether they follow through with me and take come into a group coaching situation or not, I'm making a difference in their life, and wherever that takes them, it takes them. I think some will follow through and come into the membership, maybe now, but they'll all be on my email list.
Yeah, they do. And they also will know your heart if they've seen you teaching. And I think that's very, very important these days, is that
It's true.
Like, and I even my own business, when I'm showing someone that works for me how to do something, like I teach it in real time a lot of times because I want my voice in the back of their heads.
Mhm.
Say, okay, when they get to this, what would Holly, so I just stream of consciousness. The reason why I'm doing this is this and this and this.
Yeah,
And I'm talking
that's
about
how I
this. And
teach
I
too.
don't know why I do that. But like, so give them that thing. So when they get to, they're like, oh, I don't know. Oh, she said she doesn't even know why she does that.
Yeah, maybe I can skip that.
Yeah. So thinking about so that your that coaching language is in the back of their head. And it doesn't have to be fancy. A lot of times it's just
Not as, in fact, the welcome video says it's not perfect. I've reused videos, like, but it gets the job done step by step. I literally like baby step you through this thing from discovering your niche all the way through to a Facebook page up and running and ready to go, and then attracting your audience, right? And it's they know how I teach because they've seen me teach lots of times on crafting pages. So it's kind of this funnel, but this was the piece that was kind of really hanging me up because I was like, I just sell the course, but I want the membership, but I have to sell the course. I can put the course in the membership, but then I have to sell the course. And I finally thought, when I heard this give away the education but sell the implementation, I was like, that's the piece I was missing for
Yeah.
my particular way of wanting to be in the world, was like, I can take that entire course, piece it out, and that can become my advertising, like here's how to, here's literally how to, here's how to, and that I was like, oh. So my brain blew up on the weekend. I was like, there it is. And it's funny because life for me is always like that. It's like a big pile of things that I keep learning and learning and learning. And then one day it sort of all gels and all the pieces fall into place and fit together. And then I think that's what I want. That's how I want this thing to work, so that, and I was like, I had built this course and I've sold maybe 6 or 7 of it, but I've sold one at the price that it's at now. And I was just like, I really have a hard time selling a single course because I want there to be more connection to them than just that.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of courses in the course graveyard too.
Yeah. And I was going to say, if you have things, and think about if you have things that you're not using right now, can you
Yeah.
give them away? Can you add value somewhere to someplace that you're already monetizing? That's
Yeah.
always good. The other thing is, if Kim decides next year to sell that course for $1 million,
Yeah.
you can totally do it.
Yeah, it's
So
an
like,
experiment.
it's not a like, oh, you gave that away, you can't sell it again. So
No,
like,
no, it's not a tattoo.
Yeah.
But it's still
It's not a
scary. It's like,
tattoo.
oh, do I want to give it away? And I was like, okay, you're scared. That's good.
Mhm.
That means you're doing something, you're pushing your envelope again. This is where you need to be. Because if I don't at some point do some kind of launch where there's a bit of fear, like, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, that's bad. I was like, oh, okay, no fear. I've been waiting for you to show up.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We will be back on Wednesday. And watch for I'm going to update the Facebook stuff, which will show where to find the replays. Our brand new spanking new link that is for all the things. The Google Calendar will have that link in there. And then I don't even know what else I was going to say, and then it gives us the ability to do more of the recordings along the way, which I think is really helpful for those of you when you miss it and stuff like that. So have an
Holly-
amazing, yes.
Holly, should I try and delete pages or should I leave it alone, let you keep playing
So
with it?
I'm going to go, that's what I'm going to work on right now. And I'll send you an email in the next 15
Okay,
minutes.
the page that I want deleted is the one with, it has reallife.com. That was my old website. So I
Okay.
wanted to change that. So that's the page.
All right. That sounds great.
Will you also just put a note in the, so that we all know whether you can delete a page or not?
Yes. Yes, I will do it.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, the thing is we may end up, if I can't delete a page,
Right.
we may end up trying to fix that behind the scenes so that you
Okay.
can delete a page. That's
Okay.
that's the only caveat I would say. So I'm
Okay.
hoping that we can fix that so that you can't.
Okay, because I know I need to delete a page too, but I've just been kind of waiting.
That
Okay.
sounds good. All right, guys, have an amazing day.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Holly.
Bye-bye.